This is the story of the ants and the grasshopper, a modern adaptation. A long time ago, there was a colony of ants who worked all day, every day, to gather food and supplies for the coming long winter. From sunrise to sunset, they marched, picked up leaves, carried what they could, and returned to their hill to store their gatherings. One day, a happy, carefree grasshopper came along and invited the ants to come out and play.
Hello, ants. How would you like to come outside and play all day?
But the ants politely refused the grasshopper's offer.
We'd like to play, but we're too busy working. We must be sure we have enough food to last us through the long, dark, cold winter.
Aw, can't you do that some other time? It's a nice day out and I want to play.
No, Grasshopper, we need to work.
Day after day, the grasshopper came along and invited the ants to play. But when the ants refused again, the grasshopper made fun of the ants for being so boring. Soon the winter came. All the leaves were gone, and the first snowstorms were soon to arrive. The grasshopper shivered in the cold, hungry and with nothing to eat. He came upon the anthill and tapped on their front door, begging for one scrap of food.
Brother, can you spare some leaves? Just one?
But the ants again refused the grasshopper's wishes.
No! We worked all summer for this moment, and all you did was laugh, frolic, and play. Laugh and play, laugh and play.
And with that, the ants closed their front door for the winter. The grasshopper knew there was only one thing left for him to do now. He hollered racism, and quickly enlisted the resources of the news media to assist his cause.
In local news today, ugliness at the anthill. One grasshopper's sad story of discrimination. But first, pictures of eucalyptus leaves.
From there, the grasshopper did what every good insect would do. He sued the ants, hiring world-famous attorney Johnny Cockroach to represent him. The grasshopper's case was simple. The ants were discriminating on the basis of thorax envy. Furthermore, Johnny Cockroach insisted that the ants acquired their food through predatory practices. The ants countersued, filing a 600-page article about the history of the ant labor movement in America and how their struggle benefited all garden-type species. And they insisted that they had many friends who happened to be grasshoppers. But the media paid little attention.
Today, the ants had little to say for themselves. Coming up next, scenes of rotting fruit.
Soon, the grasshopper's crusade gained national attention as self-righteous and self-absorbed celebrities Oprah Weevil and Rosie O'Dungbeetle rallied on the grasshopper's behalf.
Oh, it makes me so sad. Think about them little grasshoppers' children. Oh.
I'll be providing details about it in my Book of the Week club. It's in my new book, Hoppin' Man, The Grasshopper Story. Just look for me on the cover. Now, where was that rotten fruit, girlfriend?
Wait your turn, Weevil. I saw it first.
From there, the case went to court, where Johnny Cockroach presented his argument in his own unique style of eloquence.
Now, the ants have the means, so give my client some of the beans. What's the beef? It's only one leaf.
Finally, the jury, in its usual wisdom, decided the ants needed to be evicted to make room for the grasshopper and a few of his friends. The grasshopper threw a party to celebrate and invited hundreds of luminaries from all around the insect world. He later sold his memoirs for the unheard-of price of 12 million berries. The ants, who continue to proclaim their innocence, have been forced to live in a small hunk of government cheese in the projects. Meanwhile, attorney Johnny Cockroach went on to prosecute the now famous hare versus tortoise case. The moral of the story is this: none of this would be necessary if only we could get rid of winters. Support the greenhouse effect.
Support for this short story comes from the National Greenhouse Gas Consortium, because CO2 is CO cool.